Welcome everyone to the Virtual Ball Boys Football League, Week 4. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully the sound is in good shape. Last week we know that there was audio issues. Or last time we did the stream there was audio issues, so we apologize. Let me bring in Matthew. Alright, my good friend, Matt. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I started Ring Fit Adventure again this morning, and my body hates me.
Oh, no.
A
Is it rejecting you right now?
little bit. I'll get into it.
Okay. You'll get reacclimated with the intense workout of the ring.
My God,
Just
it's intense.
yeah. Unlike the Ring, the horror movie, it's trying to make sure you don't die in 7 days.
Yeah.
It's perfect. it's the good Ring. Anyways, yeah. Let's so we have a nice slate of games. We will be starting out with the Brainerd Paladins at Escondido Artisans. That is about between 1-2 and 2-1 teams. We also have two games between 2-1 and 0-3 teams, which we start out with Mansfield at the Anaconda Mountaineers, and then the Weatherford Sheriffs at the Perth the Phoenix City Phoenixes. The home teams are the 0-3 teams there. And then the showcase matchup of today, it's our only remaining undefeated team, the 3-0 Perth Amboy Privateers at the East Chicago Blacksmiths, 2-1. That is an in-division battle. So we have two games, it looks like, that are cross-conference and two divisional games overall. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff all around. As of right now, no guests, but that may change over the course of the show. Are you all set to go, my friend?
I believe so. Let me get up the Brandon ones, and Jacob, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I don't know why I only apologize to you, but
Well,
you're the one who gave me shit for for being so injury prone.
And actually, I just to real quick, I actually had to just remind myself. Okay, yeah. It looks like I made sure all the stats were updated to return to normal form from the first time. All right, so yeah, Brainerd Paladins, 2-1. I'm sorry, excuse me, 1-2. They are. I feel like is Brainerd on a 2-game losing streak at the moment?
They are. They won the first game and then had a bout against Mansfield that didn't go well, and then lost a close game to Weatherford.
Okay. Yep. And then Escondido, they're the opposite. They won they lost their first game and then won their last two games. I believe they were facing it's like inferior opponents though at the same time though. They were facing both of but they were facing both of the currently winless teams.
Yes.
So this is
to the win list. Although against Perth Amboy, they were only one score behind.
Yeah. So they are competitive, and we will see what they are going to be like against this Brainerd Paladins team. Overall, this is a battle between two relatively. Obviously the Paladins are a little bit more balanced, but the Escondido Arsons have a little bit of an edge on the offensive side, but not as good on the ball handling point of view. So that will be a factor. Both teams have the same defense.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty close game overall.
All right, coin toss time. You usually call tails for this, right?
I always call tails.
Okay. And for whatever reason, it keeps on. I feel like whenever I do it, it keeps on landing on heads. But I will say, I'll take the ball for this.
All right.
We will start the Escondido Artisans will start on offense for this game. So let us do it. Kickoff of VBBFL Week 4 is off.
Let's do it.
and let us begin and just we will explain how this works for anyone who has not been here before. And we may not do this again because this is now week 4. If you're still not caught up, I mean, let's go back and watch those other videos. But generally speaking, we start out and a drive basically consists of first with the offense, which in this case is going to be Escondido, rolling an offensive check with a 1d20, and then the Brainerd Paladins will also roll 1d20 with their defensive check. Whoever has the higher score succeeds, and we'll talk about what that means in a second. But let's start off with that. All right, so my first roll was a 13.
And mine was a 4.
Okay, so that means if on a success, Escondido Artisans will now have advantage on their next roll, which is essentially what will decide whether or not they get a score. And I will be using my ball handling check for this one, which is -3, and Brainerd Paladins will use their defensive check again, -1.
Yep.
-3. All right, that was an 8.
And that was a 4, so you succeed.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so Escondido Artisans scored the first points of the game, and now it is my job to describe the situation. So here's your Escondido Artisans roster. Let's see, how do we want to start this off? So, pretty smooth drive overall. I think that we go back and forth between Mennonite and Ness, taking runs down the field. And I think on the last play, Kumatoro goes back to pass, throws it to Foxy. Foxy catches it for a touchdown. A little bit of a toe drag swag action on the sideline to get it just barely in to the end zone. Foxy scores the first points, and of course we'll bring out Shante now for the 1 point conversion, essentially the kick.
Hell yeah.
Let's see what we do here. And we use the player's kicking stat, which for this is Shantae's ball handling stat. Well, for generally it's gonna be the ball handling stat for the kicker. So for Shante it is 5, and that is a 19. So that goes right down the middle. And the score is now 7. Escondido Artisans and Brainerd Paladins 0. So we do 3 drives per quarter. So this is the second drive of the first quarter. Brainerd Paladins.
Time to play some offense.
Yep.
That's an 11.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's a 16.
Ooh. All right, so I'm going to be at disadvantage for my ball handling check.
Yes.
And this is going to be an 8. Try to beat.
Okay. That's 10. So the Brainerd Paladins are unsuccessful. What were you attempting to do?
All right. Well, Jesse Faden's in a quarterback. Jesse Faden's going to hand the ball off a couple times to Greninja, but can't really get a run going this drive. And then tries to throw another pass to Keen Boo and just isn't able to catch it.
Okay. And that, unfortunately, ends that drive for Brainerd. But we have one more drive of the first quarter, and it's for Escondido. Let's see what happens. All right, that's only a 7.
Versus 11.
All right, so I have disadvantage on this one. It doesn't work out that I have disadvantage. Well, got a 16.
You can roll the same thing twice.
Yeah, I got 16 both times, so...
Versus my 10, so you're good.
All right, perfect. All right, so looking good for Escondido early on here. Yeah, so another drive, a lot of drive of Mennonite and Ness running back and forth, but this time, while still on the 30-yard line, the Mennonite breaks out and into a quick speed, hard to stop him, and he zooms into the end zone for a touchdown, and then he uses his cape to disappear, and I think he won't reappear until the offense is needed again in the second quarter. So there you go. Shante will once again kick it off, or kick the extra point. And and that is a 10, just barely. It went a little bit to the right, almost went went past the upright, but Shantae gets the job done. That is a 14-0 lead after the first quarter. Let me adjust that score there a little bit because it is a little offset through. Oh, no, that's not the panel I want to move. There you go. There you go. Perfect. All right. On to the second quarter. Brainerd Paladins looking to come back.
Let's get this offensive drive. That's going to be a 7. Not a great start.
Okay. That is a 16, so disadvantage.
All right. That's going to be a 4.
Okay. And that's 11,
Damn.
so Brainerd...
Escondido is
parting it on.
Defensive stop.
Right now, yeah. All right, so what was the attempt, though, for Brainerd?
Yeah, I think that, again, some more runs this time with Faith Connors trying to do something. Can't really get much going, though, and Incineroar is just in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get by those big Pokemon muscles.
Those big meaty muscles that are going on right there. All right, so there you go. So it is still 14-0. Escondido has one more drive for the first half. Let's see what happens with them. Ooh, that is a natural one. So that is an automatic failure, and
all right.
And that is the first on our Nat 1 counter. So and once again, Nat 1s are a crucial part of the game. As if one team gets 3 Nat 1s, that means that a player will go down with injury, and that will change their stat line completely. So we do not want that to happen, or we may, depending on whether or not it improves stats or not. So it's just adds some chaotic energy to the game. So that's the first Nat 1. It also means the Escondidos fail in glorious fashion. Kubataro has not thrown the ball out today. It started out with a good few passes, but unfortunately, Kumataro is picked off by let's say Kratos. Kratos picks it off, almost runs it into the end zone, but fails to reach there.
All right.
And Brainerd Paladins.
See if we can get a good offensive roll. That's 12.
Okay. That is an That is an 18. My goodness gracious, Escondido.
Escondido's defense today is insane.
Is playing very well.
That's gonna be a 2.
All right. Oh, another Nat 1 for Escondido. So Brainerd Paladins, despite the how terrible it looked for them, still get it in to the end zone.
Yeah.
Describe what happens.
All right, so Mewtwo's gonna be in a quarterback this time. And takes a handoff and just a beautiful pass to Diddy Kong. And then Diddy Kong is up against Wolf and just kind of like jukes him, goes away that Wolf wasn't expecting, and just gets right past him into the end zone. Yep,
very very nice. All right, so then that is that for that is that for that drive, but you do have an extra point to either kick or go for 2. What do you want to do?
I think Chun-Li's going to come in and kick.
Okay.
We haven't had much offensive success lately, so I don't want to
push it. Yeah, I get it.
Rely on that. And that will succeed.
All right, perfect. So
that was a 19. I entered that into the thing poorly. It was actually a 19.
It was a 19. Okay.
Yep.
But there you go. So very nice kick from Chun-Li, and that means as bleak as it looked at first for Brainerd Paladins, they are at least back in the game going into the second half. Escondido currently leading by 7 points. So let's see if Escondido can extend the lead to start out the third quarter. That is a 22.
Oh, baby. That's only a 15.
Okie dokie. So that is advantage. Oops. That is all right. So that's a 12.
Okay. And that is also a 12.
All right. So in these situations, I believe it's the offense that gets the advantage here. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. The
Yep.
attackers
Yep. That's how we do D&D rules.
yeah, D&D rules usually the attacker gets the upper hand. So, yep, the attacker is Escondido and they get the score. So this is a tough one. This is a real close one. All right, so Kubatoro's now cooking. All right, now she's throwing to Phone Guy and Foxy, and Phone Guy is actually the one that goes and tries to catch the touchdown here, and it is almost an interception. I don't know if you remember the classic Seahawks Green Bay Packers esque
Yes.
the what one was ruled as an interception, one was ruled as a touchdown. Ultimately, ended up being called as a touchdown. I believe that's how that worked. And so I believe this was a contested catch between Phone Guy and let's do Heavy. Heavy just tries to catch it, and it looks like it almost goes inside Heavy's machine gun, but just barely. Phone Guy receives the ball and grabs it before it goes into the machine gun. And so that is a score for Escondido. And once again, Shantae is going to come through and kick this ball. Oh, that is a dirty 20.
Oh, boy.
And so that is a nice down the middle, almost perfect kick. And that is 21-7 Escondido Artisans. All right.
All right.
Next up, Brainerd Paladins. This is the second drive of the third quarter, correct? I believe.
Yep.
Okay, just make it.
Yep. First drive for Brainerd for the half, and that's going to be a 7.
That is a 7. Okay.
The rolls are not on Brainerd's side today.
Yeah, it's all right though. That is a 14.
Okay.
So that is
with
disadvantage.
That's a 4.
All right. Well, you've been in this situation before. No, that's with a 14 again.
Nope,
So
another stop. Mewtwo stays in a quarterback, but misses on a couple passes to Jadidicon this time. They got a lucky break last time. It seems didn't do so well this time.
All right. That is now basically what Brainerd's going to be looking to do, because they have 2 drives left, is that they're going to have to look to tie things up with Escondido at the very least to force overtime. We haven't had an overtime game yet in the VBBFL, so that would be fun. But all Escondido Artisans need to do is score on one of their next 2 drives here. This is the end of the third. This is the last drive of the third quarter here. Let's see what Escondido can do. That is a 23.
And that's a 15.
Okay. And that is a 13 for the ball handling.
And it's a 17 to stop them.
All right. Brainerd gets their first stop. Big need there. All right. So Ascor actually comes in to try to get the offense moving a little bit more now. Dual quarterback system, not necessarily a bencher for Kumatora. Ascor starts throwing to some people. Tries to throw it to one of the offensive linemen, Claire Redfield, but unfortunately, let's say the other offensive lineman for the Brainerd Paladins is on defense here. Womp stops that ball, kind of hits him in the forehead, and it just drops to the ground. That is that. So 21-7. There's still a chance for Brainerd here.
Yeah.
Start of the fourth quarter.
That's a 6 for offense.
Okay. That is a 16. So disadvantage.
Then that is a nat 1. Automatic failure.
So okay, so if it's disadvantage, you grab the 1, and so that's an automatic failure, right?
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right. So then that would probably do it for the Brainerd Paladins and their attempt to come back here. What was the attempt here?
They put Jesse Faden back in, and Jesse Faden tried to throw to Kane Boo, but ends up being picked by Wolf. Wolf in the backfield just got his hands on it.
Yep. There you go. All right. So 21. The score remains 21-7. The best they can do is make it a one-score game. Try to stop Escondido here. This is Escondido's last drive of the fourth quarter. All right, that's a 15.
Okay. And that's a 6.
Okay, so that is a now you get advantage. The Escondido Arsons get advantage.
Yep.
But that's a third net one.
They're net 1, so someone's leaving the game.
Someone's leaving the game, even though it is over. But someone is leaving the game here. So now
we still got a couple more plays to do. So this is gonna affect some stats.
It'll affect the scoring, which it will play a factor in potential time breaking here. All right, so essentially I have to roll a 1d12. And that is an 8. So that means whoever's 8th on the Escondido Arsons list is injured. That is, fuck, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Suicune.
Suicune. All right, so Suicune's, that's the Pokemon, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so Suicune, who I feel like we've barely used since we started with Escondido Arsons. This is a big time move here, because here's what changes in the stats. The offensive stats go up, and so that is that goes up to a 6. The defense goes all the way down.
Oh boy.
5 points to -6.
-6.
But then the ball handling gets a boost, moves up to 0. So now it's the defense this is a big loss to the defense here. I'm so sorry. How do you pronounce it again? I'm so bad with Suicune.
So Sui, like the first part of sweet.
Yes, and
then Coon, the second part of raccoon.
Yeah, Suicune. Okay.
Suicune.
Yeah, just making sure. All right. So Suicune is out, but that's a big loss for the defense. But they're in other areas. The Escondido Arsons improve. Let me just make sure that I can actually make this change here, because we like to show it visually for the audience.
Yes.
As well. Can we? I hate Photoshop does this thing where all of a sudden, like, I highlight a number and it's just like, yeah, we know that you don't want to type here, and it's just like, no, I do. Excuse me. And then 0.
Well, you still get to roll one more time since you get advantage.
So it's disadvantage?
No, you had it. So you had advantage.
Right.
That one happened as part of it.
I
you're
see.
You're gonna roll something that isn't that one.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So we're updating that. All right. Perfect. And there you go. All right. So there's your updated stats for Escondido Artisans there. Okay. So, do I still use the old stat first for this roll?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a 4.
All right, let's see if we can stop. And we do not, because it's a dirty 1.
That is a dirty 1. All right, that is not that one. All right. Yeah. So Escondido Arsons, for the time being, so this is Suicune, unfortunately, goes to is pass protecting here for this play. Unfortunately, gets caught underneath the let's see. It gets caught underneath. The machine gun accidentally drops out of the head of Heavy. It hits the paw of Suicune. So Suicune has to just kind of hobble off for the time being. Suicune will be fine. Just for anyone that's worried about PETA coming at us. But essentially, despite this injury, because Heavy's now without his machine gun, Kumataro is actually able to take the ball and kind of run it in for the touchdown on 40 yards, because just Heavy's not there to protect. Kratos is holding back in every which way, because he really wants to kill Heavy for doing that. But no, it is all good here. So that is a touchdown for the Escondido Artisans here to build on their lead. Let's see what Shantae does on the last kick here. Has another natural one, so the counter restarts again.
Man. Oh man, and misses the kick.
But yes, that is a missed kick for Shantae. It's a little shanked. I think Shantae and Suicune get along well. I think Shantae just emotionally just wants to make sure that Suicune's okay. It doesn't really pay attention to the kick here. So 27-7 is the score currently. Let's see if Paladins can close the gap in the last drive.
Let's. That is a 9 for offense.
Okay, well, now we have a -6 defensive stat, so you should be in good shape here. Just barely. It's an 8.
Yeah. Illinois just won a game-winning field goal.
Oh, very nice.
Finally.
There you go. Actual football update here.
There's still 3 seconds left in the game, but
yeah,
field goal.
Yeah.
It's 23-20 against Rutgers, so maybe I shouldn't be celebrating, but...
Well, I mean, you take what you can get, man.
True.
You know, in any which case.
That's going to be a 15 for ball handling.
Okay, so this is...
You need a nat 20.
Yeah.
Which you do
not get. Do not get. That's a -3. All right, so Brainerd Paladins at least heads it on the high note. What happens here?
I think that to try to just add for point totals for tiebreakers later on. Have we decided what playoffs are going to be?
I was thinking it's either going to be the top 2 teams from each conference, or we're going to just have everyone play.
Yeah.
And
just seed them. This
is
all for seeding, and only the playoffs matter.
I think so. I mean, I think that it's kind of like, I think that's how like these the unfortunately not working out football leagues that happened during the spring. That's kind of how those worked, where you had 8 teams. I think all 8 teams participated in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about it more later on, but they're gonna go for 2 to try to get tiebreaker.
Okay.
So at disadvantage, that's going to be a 6 for them.
Okay. You need to describe the touchdown first.
Yeah, I should probably do that. Mewtwo's back in the quarterback. Hands the ball.
Are you okay? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking when you have pretzel dust in your mouth isn't fun.
Yeah, you gotta be careful there.
Yeah. So Mewtwo hands the football off to Greninja. Pokemon friends, and they're able to run it into the end zone. Greninja does that thing where he like turns invisible, and then kind of like just through the defense, and then gets in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And for the 2-point attempt, Mewtwo's still in, and Mewtwo's going to attempt a quarterback sneak.
And it's successful. -1.
It succeeds. All right.
Yeah. Very nice. All right.
So that gives us our final score.
Yeah, 27-15. Out of curiosity, I believe that would be a scoregami for VBBFL, but could you look up if that's a scoregami in the NFL as well while we finalize the results here?
Yes, I can. Let me take a look. 27-15 is not a scoregami.
Ooh. Okay.
The latest that happened, that's 16. Latest that happened was, it happened in 2011.
Okay. So wait, which 2 teams, just out of curiosity?
It was the Packers over the Lions.
Okay. All right. So then that is that, and we now, the Escondido Arsons, extend their win streak, and Brainerd Paladins extend their loss streak. Brainerd Paladins now sit at 1-3, and the Escondido Arsons sit at 3-1. And this is interesting because I look at Paladins are a little bit on a skid, and we're gonna see what the East Chicago Blacksmiths do later on. But considering that the stats for the Paladins and the East Chicago Blacksmiths are essentially the same, kind of interesting that they are in 2 different directions at the moment.
Yeah,
something that I noticed here for this one.
That's
so
true.
Yeah. We will see if East Chicago can keep it going. They have a tough test today against Perth Amboy. But for now, let's move on. Mansfield Weavers at Anaconda Mountaineers. I have the task of taking on of taking on the 0-3 teams here for the next 2 games. So I am just thrilled here. And if I could deliver a win for a first time win for either of these teams, that'd be great. But they, once again, have very tough tasks.
Do you want to hear a fun fact?
What's that?
The losing team in every Mansfield game so far has scored 7 points.
Interesting. Okay. So, and the thing is, Anaconda, despite being 0-3, is known for scoring points. They have scored more than 20 points in every single one of their games, despite losing all of them. We look at Anaconda like the more likely team between the two to get a win at some point, but let's see if it could come today. Mansfield Weavers will start on offense here.
Let's do it. Mansfield is our defensive team, as you can see.
Yes, very strong defensively.
That is going to be a 2.
Okay. Well, the good thing is that Anaconda has a -10 on defense, and that is a dirty 1.
Oh, boy. All right, so ball handling is going to be either a 10 or a 4, so a 10.
Okay. That is, once again, a 1. A dirty 1.
All right, Mario is going to be get that ball for quarterback, and he's going to hook up his pal Sonic for a really nice, quick, fast score because Sonic himself is a fast hedgehog.
Yeah, I feel like that is, I will say, like, because I've had Mansfield a lot, I feel like that is the go-to score every single time when we play these teams.
Hey, it's a good one.
It's Mario and Sonic. They link up. It's the first quarter magic all the time. All right, you're gonna kick it here?
Yeah, Fox is gonna come in for an extra point.
Okay.
I mean, this would be a defense to try to score 2 on, but we're not at that point yet.
No, that's all good.
That is good. I keep entering the thing wrong, but that was a 13 plus 5, 18.
Okay,
So
I got so confused.
Yeah, because I put the minus in, and it's minus +5. You know. Math.
Yeah, I get it. I get that.
Yeah.
All right.
So Fox comes in, kicks, and it's good, and he does a backflip in celebration.
Perfect. All right. That's very early to do a back.
That's just what Fox does.
Fox just flex on teams.
He can easily do backflips.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, so that is 7-0 Mansfield Weavers. All right, Anaconda Mountaineers getting their first drive of the game. That is a 9.
That is a 12.
All right, so disadvantage here, but the thing is, the amazing
ball handling stat.
That is a surreal ball handling stat here. Let's see. That is a dirty 20.
Oh boy. That is a 16 for me, so you score on Mansfield.
All right, Anaconda, starting out strong here. All right. So I want to set the scene here a little bit because for those who had followed from week 3, we know that Chaz McFreely was a big problem for this team. So currently, Chaz McFreely is currently tied down on the bench to refrain him from entering the game at any which point. But we will see how this progresses as the game goes along. Because who knows if his ass is going to come out and try to ruin the game for his own team at this point. So Captain Shepard, the true quarterback, comes out and throws some passes over to the plethora of wide receivers that are here. Kind of moves the ball quickly down the field, and we have Lydia come through with a nice punch, punches it in to the end zone, she's sworn to carry your burdens, so of the Anaconda Mountaineers. So, all right, and then we're gonna have between these two, we're gonna have Nil come out here and kick. This is one of the teams with 2 kickers. Oh no, that is not a good kick here for Nil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it goes wide left here. Which is very weird. Usually it's wide right. In fact, we went wide left, raises some questions here. But it's 7-6, Anaconda down by a point.
All right.
Mansfield, you're up.
All right, let's get this end of the first quarter offense going. That is a 4.
Okay.
So, not amazing.
Well, it's okay, because they got -4.
Oh, you sure did. All right, so that's going to be either a 10 or a 10 for ball handling.
It's like, either way it's a 10. But, that's a 10, too. Oh, that's a net 20.
No, that's a net 20, so you stop.
Yes, Anaconda stops on defense somehow.
Anaconda stopped on defense.
What did you try to do here?
I don't think that's happened before.
I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't
it's
think
happened
so.
twice before.
Okay, there you go. All right, so so Anaconda's defense steps up. What did the Mansfield Weavers try to do here?
What the Mansfield Weavers tried to do, Mario is gonna try passing again. This time to Ratchet in the slot. But someone comes up and makes a steal. Who was that?
I think it's Sander Cohen, man.
All right.
Sander Cohen just comes in his demonic ways and comes in, creeping everyone out. But at the same time, making an amazing play on the ball.
Who's scarier, mimes or clowns?
That's a good question. I feel like mimes because they're silent but deadly.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's a tough question because I also am of the mind that both are wrongly maligned thanks to media. The media is to blame for those. This is just silence.
Anti-mime propaganda.
The anti-mime propaganda perpetuated by the left-wing media. How dare they? No. Let's. So all right. So that is a stop. So Anaconda Mountaineers now to start the second quarter. Get the ball. Let's see how they do. All right, that's 11.
And that's a 12 for
all
defense.
All right, just barely. We'll be going to disadvantage here, but let's see what happens. 13 and a 10. Oh my goodness! All right, so 10. 10.
That's a 26.
Oh, Jesus, there was no hope there. All right, that is a unsuccessful move.
Yeah.
All right. We cut to a camera on the sidelines. The camera cuts to the sidelines of the Anaconda Mountaineers, and all you see is rope. And no Chaz McFreely, because Chaz McFreely has broken out of his restriction and has run out to the field, much to the chagrin of the Anaconda Mountaineers. Captain Shepard can't do anything because otherwise it would be 12. It would be a 12-man penalty called against the Anaconda Mountaineers. So Chaz McFreely takes the snap and is going to try to throw it and throws it to.
You know who he throws it to?
Throws it to M. Bison because he thinks that M. Bison's part of the Anaconda Mountaineers, and it turns out not the case. Not the case. What were you going to say he was going to throw it to?
I was going to say he was going to throw it to Shadow. Shadow wants to be the edgiest person in this game.
Oh, I see. All right, yeah. All right. Let's change the canon. We'll say that he throws it to Shadow, thinking that Shadow looks cool. He must be on my team. No, that's not how it works, Chaz.
Chaz McFreely almost has a Shadow cosplay going on.
A little bit
with his jacket.
All right, so Anaconda fails on that one. It's still 7-6. Last drive of the first half for Mansfield Weavers.
Yes. That will be a 7.
Okay. Well, that's 2.
Okay. All right, that will be either an 8 or a 14.
Yeah, it's a -3.
-3. Okay. All right, so we've broken the streak of Mansfield having a final score of 7 for the loser.
Yes.
This one is actually a direct snap to Atreus. Fools the defense and gets a good distance in front, thanks to good block by Frank West and Chris Redfield.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mario comes back in and then throws the ball to Atreus, passes it into the end zone in order to get the score.
All right, so that is now 13-6.
Yeah, let's kick again.
Okay.
We're gonna have what's her face? Fox kick again.
Yes.
Forgot it was on this team. And that's good. That's a 14.
Nice.
Fox does another backflip. His space boots are malfunctioning and just like rockets boost off on them accidentally and make him do a backflip.
He kind of like stumbles a little bit after. Just like, okay, I was not expecting that.
But he made the kick.
He made the kick. It's all good. 14-6. Anaconda's still within one score here. And let's see if they can end off the second quarter with on a high note. That's a 17.
Okay. And that's a 10.
All right, looking good.
Advantage.
That is an advantage for the Anaconda Mountaineers. 16. And 21.
And that's only an 11, so they score.
All right. Anaconda Mountaineers, big time get here. They once again, I think this time we have okay, here we go. I think that we have Jigglypuff on the sideline for this one because Jigglypuff is sitting on Chaz McFarley to make sure that he doesn't move. So
Singing, putting him to sleep.
Oh yeah, there you go. That works. Yeah. So then Commander Shepard once again out and this time throws a deep pass all the way. Isabel catches it in the air and spikes it. Touchdown. Does like a fake like watering flowers type dance. Isabel does. And then she starts talking to the camera about how she called with her mom and dad today. But no one really hears because she's not mic'd up. So
that doesn't really count as news, does it?
It doesn't really count as news. All right. So here's the thing. I feel like I want to go for 2 here. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go for 2. I will
remind you.
No, it's the 7 defense. I understand.
Yes.
No, I know.
Okay.
I feel like this is the only opportunity here that we do it once and then we'll just have to kind of come back from behind in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
As Nate.
Okay. Which means I have to get a nat 1 in order for you to get these points.
Right.
Which I do not. In fact, a nat 20.
Yeah.
Opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes. So
I think what starts to happen?
So
what
then
starts to happen?
Yeah, so Captain Shepard takes a snap and begins to run it in here.
I think half a second after that snap, Kano is on top of him.
Okay, Kano.
Like, just standing on top of him. Shepard is on the ground, and he had no idea how the fuck he turned 90 degrees in as quick of time as he did.
There you go. All right, so then that is a failed extra point, so now it's 14-12 for the Anaconda Mountaineers. All right.
It's a close game.
Yes. Looking good. Anaconda always can be competitive despite it not winning a single game thus far. Mansfield Weavers starts off the third quarter.
All right. That's going to be a 13, actually. I did the wrong sign.
Okay. Well, it's a -6, so you wouldn't have to worry about that anyway.
Oh, boy. All right. Ball handling is going to be either an 8 or a 7, so 7.
Okay. That's a -8.
That's a -8. All right. Mario gets the ball again, this time going to Flappy Bird, and Flappy Bird is just going to not realize that Jigglypuff exists and just bounce on right over it.
Yeah.
And then get into the end zone.
All right. And kicking it or going for 2?
Yeah, let's kick it. Fox has been good at that. That is a 23. This was the best kick that you've ever seen, and he maybe got a little bit of help from his rocket boots this time. Figured out, hey, I can use this to kick. I actually don't know if Star Fox, like part of the canon, has rocket boots, but in this specific instance, he does. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's our own canonical. In fact, I think the league might be investigating that. Like, I don't know if we've approved players wearing rocket boots, but
yeah.
I think it's also a collective struggle. Like, man, yeah, we have monsters out on the field that can kill people, so who cares? All right, so it's 21-12. So that's a good start to the second half for Mansfield. Anaconda looking to get back in it. 16.
Oh boy, that's a pretty good roll.
Indeed.
That's only an 11, so you get advantage.
All right.
Once you get to this point, advantage is very good to have.
It's very good to have. That is a dirty 20 and a 23.
Ooh. That's only a 14, so you score.
All right. Very nice.
Game. I'm a fan.
All right. All right, so Jigglypuff singing is still putting Chaz McFreely to sleep, so they do not have to worry about him. Lydia really carries the burdens of this drive. All right. Keeps on running it down the field, keeps on moving it down, but then as a gadget play a little bit, the Captain Shepard on the goal line play throws a short pass to Grunt. Grunt
all right.
moves it into the touchdown for a touchdown. Nice Mass Effect centric touchdown there. All right, so that moves the score to 18. They doesn't really matter either way. Might as well just kick it to get some points here. So we are gonna switch to Boomer here though, because unfortunately Nil let us down the first time, and of course Boomer gets it done.
Hell yeah,
Boomer gets it done, and so that is now the score is now 21-19 in hopes that Anaconda can get a stop. Mansfield Weavers, their last drive before the fourth quarter.
Yep. Anaconda is really going to need a stop here, and
Yep.
in fact might need to stop them both times.
Yep, indeed.
That is a 13.
Okay. That is a dirty 1.
Okay. All right, that'll be either 11 or nat 20. Doesn't matter.
All right, so Mansfield Weavers goes to 9. Not necessarily done for Anaconda, but it's a steep hill to climb. What do you got?
Yeah. Mario hands the ball off to Ratchet. Ratchet has a few really nice runs, and then actually flea flickers the ball to hands the ball to Ratchet. Ratchet flea flickers it back, and it's a nice pass to Sonic into the end zone.
All right. And going for 2, kicking the ball. What do we got to do?
We're gonna have Fox is gonna kick again. This is going well. Also, shout outs to Mickey who has joined the chat.
Hi, Mickey.
And that makes it nice
Very
kick
nice.
in by Fox. He's doing Walsh is in the chat too.
Hi, Walsh.
Fox having a perfect day so far today. Makes it in. Mansfield doing very well.
Yep. All right. So, but we do enter the fourth quarter at least with Anaconda still having a chance, but they need to be perfect on the next 3 drives. They need to score twice and essentially shut down the Mansfield Weavers.
Yep.
So let's see if the Anaconda Mountaineers can get their first win of the season in miraculous fashion.
Still possible, still in it.
All right, let's see what happens. Well, that's that one, so it's over.
That was Anaconda's first nat one.
That is the first nat one of the game. Yep.
Damn. That sucks for them.
Yeah. All right. So, well, you know what happens?
Let me make sure I don't get in that one.
Chaz McFreely punches Jigglypuff and gets
No.
out of the trance. Um, so then Chaz McFreely, I'm blaming everything on Chaz McFreely. This is the running bit I'm gonna go with here. I want Chaz McFreely to be the sole reason why Anaconda Mountaineers loses every game. So Chaz McFreely runs out on the field, takes the football, and runs it into the end zone, but it's the other opponent's end zone. Which would result in a safety, but we don't have any points for those situations. So we don't have safeties for this situation. Instead, Kano just kind of like walks over and just like like just kind of tackles Chaz in the 1 yard line, and just really it's just a sad sight to see.
What an idiot!
What an idiot!
What a buffoon! Okay. All right, let's have Mansfield get a few more points on the board. See what happens. That is a 14.
All right. Oh, whoops! That is too much there. That was fuck.
Be a -2.
There you go. Thank you for doing the math for me. All right, so -2. So that was still, no matter what, that was still
advantage. 0 or a -1. So I guess a 0,
okay.
which given Anaconda, it was still possible.
Hey,
Anaconda, they made the stop.
Yeah, Anaconda gets the stop though with 5 points. What
Yeah.
were you attempting to do?
All right. Well, Mario's going to try to throw the ball to Sonic again because that's been working so well. But Sonic drops the ball. He was eating too many chili dogs, and his hands had just like a bunch of cheese on them. His hand gloves. You know.
I get that. Yeah.
Had cheese on them, and then couldn't catch the ball. So
yeah, just a little greased up. You know, it's hard to be greasy like that. You know who served him the hot dog?
Who?
Chaz McFreely.
Oh.
no, I'm just kidding. He causes both teams to fail. All right, so that is 28-19. And all right, so Anaconda gets one more drive. Won't be enough to catch up to Mansfield Weavers, but can they make it close?
You know what? If they made one of those field goals, they would have been in range.
That's true. That's
one or
true.
Both those field goals.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time that missed field goals have actually resulted in.
Well, no, so it wasn't necessarily, it was the field goal, but it was also the fact that like I did make that choice. I felt like at some point you had to go for 2 because of the missed field goal. You had to go for 2, and against a defense of 7, that's a hard thing to come back from. So it is the field goals actually. The field goals are really the root cause, but if I decided to go for field goals once before going for 2, we could have had like a tight game here, but unfortunately here we are. Let's see what happens here. So that's a 14.
That's a 9, so advantage.
18.
Oh, 19.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. We're going to say that Captain Shepard takes control of the game, tries to move the ball down the field. Yoshi grabs the ball, starts to move it, and then gets tackled by Chaz McFreely. And everyone's just like, God fucking damn it. Okay, so that's it. That's the game. And sure enough it is. 28-19.
How the fuck are we gonna deal with Chaz McFreely?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's becoming a problem.
He's becoming an issue, but it's good comedy. All right, 28-19. Once again another scoregami, but Mansfield moves to 3-1. The Anaconda Mountaineers fall to 0-4. But they might not be alone. Be alone.
Because our next matchup
is the Weatherford Sheriffs. In Phoenix City,
are we gonna take a break?
Yes, we will take a break real quick.
Okay.
But yes, 28-19 is the final score.
If anyone in chat has any questions they would like us to answer, go ahead and ask them. Otherwise, I'm gonna find some shit on my phone.
and just read them off. Um, yeah. So interesting stuff. I mean, I feel like it just keeps on coming down to the fact that Anaconda and Phoenix City have two like the more extreme stats of not having good defenses or not having good ball handlings, and those are crucial stats. The fact that everything is stacked with Phoenix City for the offensive 12 is a big, the big deal here, and I'm curious if it changes today, but it
Yeah.
could be that they continue to lose. VBBFL predictions.
What do you mean by predictions? Like just what's gonna happen when we get to playoffs?
I mean, like, that's what I'm gonna assume it
Yeah.
means. Um, I mean, I think right now, I think Perth Amboy's in good shape with the ball handling and not having like a terrible offense or defensive stat. Um, I think East Chicago also. I think East Chicago's in it because of the balanced stats. I still think Brainerd's in it, even though they're in a hole right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's weird because like these games are such small sample sizes. Like I think we know like which teams are really good in this type of format, and
yeah,
that being the more balanced slash ball handling heavy teams, and the teams with shit defenses are really bad.
yeah.
Um,
But I will say, like Mansfield Weavers, I mean, they're -4 on offense, -3 on ball handling. It's really their defense that carries them to victories
yeah,
constantly. So
yep,
I would say the Mansfield Weavers are also a major factor in this. Even like they only lost in the last in week 3. You know, like they are they are in prime position to continue to try to succeed.
yeah,
But yeah, I would say like if we're looking at it from like at the conferences as they stand right now, like I feel like everyone but the Phoenix City Phoenixes I would say are in it right now. I guess I would say like with the exception of the winless teams, I would say everyone's pretty much in it to
yeah.
win it
I would agree.
at this point. But if I had to pick a favorite from each side, I would say Perth Amboy is probably the best in the East. Um, we were the plan is to do 10 weeks.
Yep, we have 10 weeks scheduled. Each team will have 6 total division games, facing every team in their division twice, and then 3 4 cross division games
Mm-hmm.
facing each team in the other division once. And speaking of that, I actually think today is the first repeat matchup. East Chicago and Perth Amboy faced off week 2, and now it's a rematch.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, first rematch we've had this year.
Um, yeah. So in terms of the schedule moving forward, um, we have. I'm if we're gonna keep on doing like a every other Saturday type thing, um, I think where that might land us. Well, it is a little difficult at this point because I think near the end of the year, we're gonna start doing these every Saturday. There's gonna be a stretch where we won't be doing them. We will definitely have like wild card weekend and divisional weekend of the NFL. We won't be doing VBBFL streams for those.
Unless we do it earlier in the day.
That's tough for wild card weekend. At least, I mean, that could be our off week. But
Yeah. Well, also like it don't they usually start later on Saturdays?
not with wildcard weekend because
Oh,
we got 6 games to worry about now instead of 4 with wildcard.
true.
Like
Forgot about that.
they start at 1 o'clock
Yep.
both days.
Okay.
But we could potentially play on divisional weekend, which
Yeah.
I'm good with. Um, and and then I think from divisional weekend on, we'll probably be. I would like to try to do it every single week, but we'll see.
We'll see
Um,
what happens.
you know that it is this. I know that the idea would have been to do this within the season, but I feel like that's not necessary. We can. It's a if we do this into February or into March, I'm totally fine with that too. Um, not really a big thing. I actually wanted to maybe this is a good time too before we move on to the next game because um because I did have an idea about because we are approaching the halfway point of the regular season. Week 5 would be, I think, what we if we are going to do every other Saturday, um it would be the Thanksgiving Saturday. After that, I'm curious what you would think if we allowed like a little bit of a change of how things go in terms of like switching out allowing the people who drafted the teams, allowing them to switch out one character and adding another to maybe improve a certain statistic.
Yeah, I think that could work. I mean, teams make trades in the NFL season.
Yeah, like I feel like that could be a lot of fun, and we can
Yeah.
and that gives like a if Phoenix City and Anaconda end up being 0-5, that could give them an opportunity to like improve like either a defensive stat or a a ball handling stat. Like I would be interested in something like that to just balance things out a little bit more. Just a potential idea. So we could definitely look into doing something like that. All right, it is now 5 o'clock Eastern time here, and we are now going to. Do you need any more moments? Or are you good to go for the next matchup? All right, let's move on here to the Weatherford Sheriffs at Phoenix City Phoenixes.
This is Weatherford's first road game this season.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so we're not in Kangaroo Stadium.
Yeah.
We're not in Kangaroo Stadium anymore, Toto.
we're not tucked in the pockets of the Kangaroos. We have.
That's how you get to and from the stadium.
Yeah, that's the traveling time taken up. Yeah, so the Weatherford Sheriffs come in on their Kangaroos, traveling to Garrett Harrison Stadium in Alabama, Phoenix City. Phoenix City is Alabama, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, okay.
It's near the Alabama-Georgia border.
I see. Okay. Phoenix City Phoenixes are now going to get the going here. They're going to start off. They're going to be the ones to start off on offense. This is, every game that we've seen of the Phoenix City Phoenixes, they end in blowouts. So this is why we kind of buried them in the third matchup here most times, because we have not had a single one-score game here for Phoenix City.
And gonna be honest, with how Weatherford stats are, I don't see a path for Phoenix City to win this game.
Let's see what happens as we start things off with a 30.
Oh boy!
On offense for Phoenix City.
That got a little Mickey Mouse there. I'm not able to do Mickey Mouse voices. That's a 10.
All right, that's a 10.
Although this defense for Weatherford might be bad enough.
Yeah, let's see.
The ball handling for Phoenix City and the defense for Weatherford are the same.
Yeah, there's an opening here. All right, so that's a 12. And another 12, so it's 12 all around.
And that's a 9, so they score.
All right, Phoenix City starts things off on a nice path here.
Jeez, this is nerve-wracking.
Yeah, all right, so Steve starts methodically, as if like they're competent. He starts methodically throwing to each of its wide receivers. His wide receivers, Peabody, Enderman, Kamek, and Kamek specifically rides it into the end zone, with Weatherford Sheriffs unable to get a tackle on Kamek. Kamek rides in on 27-yard throwing touchdown, and the not frequently used Blaziken gets the chance to kick here.
I forgot Blaziken was here.
Yeah.
Blaziken just got reintroduced into Sword and Shield, so I'm very happy.
Oh, that's nice. 17. Yeah. That's a nice kick.
Hell yeah.
So great. Gets a new job in the Pokemon Sword and Shield, and
love that chicken.
Yeah, getting some love here for the Phoenix Basics. All right, so we got a lead for Phoenix City.
See if they can make it last.
But I do expect a shootout here, considering the offensive ball handling stats here for Weatherford.
All right, that's going to be a 22 for Weatherford.
Jesus H. Christ. All right. Well, that's a 12. Again.
Okay. All right. So ball handling is going to be a nat 20. Automatic
Oh,
score.
boy. All right, Weatherford.
Automatic score.
All right, Weatherford shares score. What happens?
Yeah, Samus, this team's only QB, is going to just kind of sling it down the field to the Overwatch duo in Tracer and Lucio. Lucio being the one to take it in for the touchdown.
Okay, and kicking it.
Yes, we are. Joker's going to come up, and with his legs, is going to get a 13 and make it.
Okay. So it's all tied up after
7-7.
two drives. All right, Phoenix City, here we go. That is another 30.
Wow. That's a 3.
Okay. Well, that's a 5.
Okay. Let me. And that's 12. So we make a stop. Weatherford makes a stop.
All right. So Steve hands it off to Dry Bones. Dry Bones gets immediately stomped on by Wrecking Ball, and Dry Bones collapses, and that's the end of the Dry Bones. And like Dry Bones gets up after like 3 to 5 minutes, but the next drive is about to start anyway because he failed. Yep. Still tied 7-7. Weatherford Sheriffs now up in the start of the second quarter.
Second quarter, that is going to be a 22 for offense.
That's an 8. That's 12.
That's 12. Okay. Ball handling is going to be 12.
And -2, so Weatherford Sheriffs get it.
Yeah. Samus is going to roll up into a ball this time and get past the defenders, and none of them managed to touch her, so she's not ruled down until someone finally does touch her, and she is ruled down. And hands the ball up to, she hands the ball up to Gengar, and Gengar runs it in for the touchdown.
Okay, and extra point.
Yes, sir. That is a 19. That is a almost perfect kick.
It's might as well be perfect here. All right, so then 14-7, Weatherford Sheriffs takes the lead. All right, Phoenix City Phoenix's second drive of the second quarter, looking to come back here.
See if they can get a score.
As 23.
They will get advantage. That's a dirty 1.
Okay. All right, that's a 9.
Versus a -4. They get it.
All right, Phoenix City. All right, so Steve, once again, this is one of the few teams that only has one quarterback, so Steve is really the leader of this team. Steve's going to throw it to Enderman. Enderman's going to teleport around, and as Enderman gets to the 3-yard line, there is standing Alawi. Or actually, hold on, I'm trying to find here. Oh, Zach. Zach is standing in the way of the defender, but then Enderman then laterals it to Peabody, and Peabody moves it into the touchdown, and that is a score. And then we will kick with Blaziken. And that's 11. That's a good score. And ladies and gentlemen, we are tied in the middle of the second quarter. To close out the half, the Weatherford Sheriffs.
Can Phoenix City get a stop? I think that's the story that everyone is trying to figure out. That is a 10 for offense.
Okay. That's a 13, so that is for disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That's going to be an 8.
And that's a 0. So Weatherford.
Right. Weatherford scores. Samus, I think this is the other team that only has one quarterback. Samus has the ball. This time tosses it to Singed, who is able to make up some yards. And then Crash spins his way through the defenders into the end zone.
Okay, and for the extra point.
Extra point, we're going to kick. And that is a nat 20. This was the most beautiful kick that you have seen in your goddamn lives.
There you go. 21-14. It almost it is so perfect that the net is split in half and the stadium is split in half as well. And there's some construction repair going on as we close out the half here. 21-14.
Yeah.
Weatherford Sheriff's leading by a touchdown.
Phoenix City still has a chance. They aren't out of it by halftime like they usually are.
No, this is a close game.
Yeah.
Here. So Phoenix City.
They might want to start going for two.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We go. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, the defense has to get a stop. That doesn't matter about going for two or anything. They gotta get a stop because ultimately the Weatherford Sheriffs will have the last say no matter what.
Yes.
So they can they need to get a stop in order to get into a position to win it.
Yep.
All right, here we go. To start the third quarter here. That's a 17.
Okay. That is a dirty one.
Okay. Advantage. That is only a 6.
Versus my 12. They do not get it.
Okay. So, once again, Steve Steve's going to take it, hand it off to Playa. Playa is... Wait, what the fuck? Where am I? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong page here. The Steve hands it off to Playa. Playa begins to run down the field, but then it is a forced fumble here with Jill Valentine punching it out of their hands.
Nice.
Jill Valentine gets the play, and Weatherford Sheriffs hold their lead at 7.
Will they be able to make a stop here, Phoenix City? It's going to be 12 for offense.
That's 9.
Okay. There'll be a 13 for the ball handling check.
Oh, that's also 13, but that means that the offense, the attackers, get the play.
Yep, offense gets the play. So it's close. It's a contested catch between Tracer and Zangief, actually, for Phoenix City is playing defense. But Tracer comes away with the ball in the end zone, and Weatherford scores.
Okay. And so essentially at this point, Phoenix City is going to have to play perfect from here on out, get 2 stops, get 2 scores in order to force overtime.
Yep. Or win if they field goal, or if they go for extra points.
Potentially.
Yeah. Blaziken does get the kick. Not Blaziken, Joker.
Joker gets the kick.
Joker gets the kick.
All right. Joker gets the kick. Joker gets kicks. I dare you. All right. So 28-14. I dare you. Da, 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 da. You never heard that before?
I've heard that song. It just I don't know why it was relevant here.
Yeah, it uses the same syllables. Okay.
Hunting we will go to the Joker gets the kicks.
Yeah. Is that
it has the same cadence? It does.
It does have the same cadence.
I'll give you that.
There you go. 28-14. And we are now. This is now we're entering the end of the third quarter here. Phoenix City Phoenixes, like we said, needs to score both times.
Gotta play perfect.
It's 14.
Oh boy, that's a 13.
Advantage. Oh, that's nat 20.
Oh, there you go.
Nat 20. There you go, folks. Phoenix City scores, and that's what they need desperately here to stay in this game here. Steve takes the ball. This time is actually going to throw it to Donkey Kong, who ends up playing a route as a tight end in this one. Donkey Kong catches it in the middle and just pummels his way through the defenders into the end zone, pounds his chest in a victory stance. In that sense, at least to get the Phoenix Cities back within a score. So now the score is going to be 28-20, and then we'll kick the extra point. And it's no good. Unfortunately, Blaziken kicks it wide right, so the score is 28-20. And so that means they will have to go for 2 in order to tie things up. If they could get a stop for the next 2 drives here, because if we start the fourth quarter with Weatherford Sheriffs having 2 drives on the way, here we go.
This is rough. It's gonna be 11 for offense.
And that's -4.
Okay. That will be a 16 ball handling.
And that's a 6.
And 6. Game is over.
The game is over.
We will of course play out the rest of it.
Yep.
Samus kind of just realizes how bad the defense is and just takes the ball and just starts walking. And Dig Dug and Spadao don't do anything. They just kind of like, oh, hey, Samus. And Samus just walks into the end zone.
All right. So that's
I'm sorry, Phoenix City, but your defense is so bad.
So then the score now 34 points up and kicking it.
Yeah, we're kicking it. Joker puts on his mask for this one, and it clouds his vision because he does not make the point.
Okay, so just real quick, in real time, Matt said he puts his mask on before he sees the roll. I think he was anticipating a successful kick there, and, and then it failed.
I was going to describe what was going to happen, and that's what happened. So.
There you go. All right, so then the score is 34-20. Let's see if Phoenixes can at least close the gap in some way. 15 for offense.
Okay. That's a -2 for defense.
All right, and that is a 13 for the ball handling check.
That is a 5.
All right, so
score.
Phoenix City at least can be happy that I think this is the most points that they have scored in the game. Steve once again goes back to pass, finds the Piranha Plant this time. Another offensive lineman turned wide receiver. The Piranha Plant swallows it, goes down into the ground, and it comes back up and in the end zone for the touchdown. And so that moves them to 26. And yeah, just gonna kick it at this point.
Oh.
What?
you have a 12 on offense.
Yeah, but what's the point?
-6 on defense.
What's the point?
At this point, there's none. But tiebreaker.
There's no reason. They might as well get the extra point. All right, fine. We'll go for 2. We'll go for 2.
And if it doesn't work, then I'll write an apology letter.
All right, that's 21.
It's 20 because you get disadvantage, but still.
All right, 20. It's a 20.
And I get a 10, so there you go.
All right, 20. Then we get to it's 28 points. And Steve will then take the snap and throw it to Spudo. Spudo is in as a I guess just as a defender slash also a tight end. Catches the ball and explodes. So there you go, 34-28. But despite half of the field now being destroyed, Weatherford Sheriffs need to finish things out.
Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, we got an 11 for offense.
And that's a 2.
Okay. We're going to say that's a 19 for ball handling.
And that is a 13, so you are
All
good.
right.
Another score.
Yep. Crash is gonna actually take the snap this time and pass it to Samus, a little Philly special. And that gets him really close, and Singed runs it in for the touchdown.
Okay. So just so we know, it's 40 points here. This could be another game in which the opponent scores 41 on Phoenix City. So I would suggest kicking the extra point here.
Okay, just to get exactly 41.
Get exactly 41 again.
All right, we're gonna kick the extra point. Oh, that's a nat 20. Joker redeems himself.
Yeah, so you know how one part of the field was like destroyed. The other half of the field is also now destroyed. Garrett Harrison Stadium is completely destroyed thanks to Spudo's explosion and Joker kicking 2 perfect kicks in the same quarter.
Well, the good news is that they have 3 away games. No, sorry, 4 away games in a row.
Okay, yeah. So Phoenix City gets a lot of time away from their stadium to not have to worry about their home stadium being completely destroyed by a football game.
Yep.
So that is a 41-28. I mean, look, if there's any consolation here for the Phoenix City Phoenixes, it seemed competitive.
It did. It was really until the fourth quarter that they were still in it.
Yeah, but nonetheless, their opponent scores 41, and they drop to 0-4. So
hey, guess what game is next week?
Do we finally get the Phoenix City versus Anaconda?
Yep.
Oh baby, that's the showcase game right there.
That is the showcase game. That is how we will end next week.
Yeah, no, for sure, 1,000%. And next week, of course, meaning like 2 weeks from now. But you know what we mean when we say that.
Yeah.
But all right, so yeah, Weatherford Sheriffs. Meanwhile, they move to 3-1. Stay up against the Escondido Artisans here for the lead in the West, and we will do we'll do the math to see, because ultimately they did score more points today, so there's a chance that Weatherford could have surpassed Escondido points wise.
We'll
so we'll do the math at the end. But for right now, it's on to our showcase game, folks. It is the Perth Amboy Privateers sitting at 3-0, going up against the East Chicago Blacksmiths, sitting at 2-1. A balanced team versus the ball handlers themselves.
The ball that handles.
The ball with handles. All right, so you got the Perth Amboy Privateers, I got the Blacksmiths. Let's see what happens here.
And I'm up first?
Yes.
All right, so that is going to be a 15.
Okay. That's 11.
Okay. That will be a 20, a dirty 20. Copy the fucking... Or 23, so 23 it is.
And that's a 9, so you're good.
All right. The Prince of Cosmos takes his dominating team up, and gives a slot pass to Sly Cooper, who is able to break free thanks to some nice blocking by Zelda, and get into the end zone.
All right, so that is a nice start, and get Wii Fit Trainer out.
Yep, okay. Wii Fit Trainer is going to come out to kick. The one bad part about Perth Amboy is their kicker. They have the lowest kicking positive in the entire league.
Yeah, so you just have to make sure you roll a 10.
Yep, and that was exactly a 10. So it hits the goalpost. Wii Fit Trainer hits the goalpost, but ends up knocking itself in.
Yeah, there you go. So that is a 7-0 now. A good start for the Perth Amboy Privateers. East Chicago Blacksmiths now coming in.
Yeah.
Seeing if they can at all challenge the Juggernaut. That's not one. Okay, now a good start for the East Chicago Blacksmiths here. The East Chicago Blacksmiths, I feel like, are maybe the most injury prone. Whether it's you controlling them or I controlling them.
Yeah, because who's been injured so far? Corin and Pitt.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
So we will be watching that. That's the first Nat 1, and that is a failure on all fronts. Leon Kawada comes out, and is going to go back to pass, but immediately is taken down by Pyramid Head. Weirdly with baseballs in like the 1,000 ball treatment type thing.
Huh.
Leon Kawada had to deal with it in his life.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it ultimately knocks the football out of his hands, and ends the drive.
Cool. That was to make sure that I didn't roll in that one for my defensive roll.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now this is my offensive roll, which is 13.
13. Okay. That's 12.
12. All right. So just barely. And we get 17 from that.
Okay. And that's a 9.
That's a 9. All right. Prince of Cosmos is going to once again be at the helm, but this time throw one to Octodad, who sticks his tentacle up, and the ball just like suctions to it. Just that was a wetter sound than I thought it was going to be.
Well, it works though. It works. It works for Octodad.
Yeah. Yeah, and no one really wants to touch him because they heard that sound and how disgusting it was, so they're just gonna stay away.
Yeah, stay away from them.
Yeah. So
well, actually, they're very confused as to why that was the case because he just looks like a regular dad to them. Like, why?
Oh, yeah,
right.
Why is it so wet?
Why is it so wet? That's so weird. All right. So then, kicking it, Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't know why I sounded so nonplussed. The Wii Fit Trainer actually misses. She's doing her stretches, and she pulls a muscle in her leg. We're gonna have to take a look at that.
Oh no! Now we're just canonically making injuries happen.
It's not a bad pull.
Yeah, it won't keep her out of the game, but just we got it. It unfortunately was the result of a missed kick.
Yep.
There you go. So, all right. So, East Chicago Blacksmiths now will start the second quarter, looking to bounce back from a horrendous start. All right, 13.
All right. That is a 9, so you get advantage.
All right, advantage. That is a 17.
Okay. Versus a 12, so all good.
All right, Chicago gets it going here. All right, so Corrin's now in. Corrin, it always sounds like we're saying corn.
Corn
on the cob.
We're ignoring the I guess.
Yeah. Corrin, go. Well, first of all, we have Toad and Waldy working together, moving the ball down the field, and the Corrin is eventually find. I'm gonna say let's have Pitt. Corrin is gonna get Pitt. Pitt's gonna be flying in the air, but it's a slant route in the end zone, and Corrin finds Pitt for the touchdown. So there you go. Then we will kick it with Bayonetta here.
All right.
Before, at least I'm trying to add up the scores at the same time. All right, let's go over here. Bayonetta has a 4 stat. Oh, a nat 1. That's the second nat 1 for East Chicago.
Oh, you got to be careful.
And we've been saying for weeks one of the big things for Bayonetta is that she's too egotistical to play football right now. She is just in the spotlight, enjoying the spotlight. Accidentally kicks the ball with the back of her foot, and it just kind of like falls down. But that counts as the play, so it was a no good extra point. And that is regardless, that is still 6 points on the board. They're within a score. They're within a touchdown with a single extra point.
Yep.
So that is that. All right.
Last drive of the half for Perth Amboy.
Yep.
That is a 13.
Okie dokie. Smoky pokey 10.
All right, get advantage, which my team really appreciates, or the Perth Amboy does rather. It's 22 or a 11, so 22
Okay, and 13.
and 13. All right. Big Boss gets his chance this time and hands the ball off to Kirby a couple times. Kirby doesn't put it in his mouth this time though. He's learning, unlike Yoshi.
Yoshi didn't tongue lick anything today, at least.
Yeah, well,
That's a
Yoshi
good
didn't
thing.
do anything in the game today.
Oh, well, Yoshi did make that catch, but then Chaz McFreely tackled him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Chaz.
Fucking Chaz.
But Kirby manages to take the ball and get it to the end zone thanks to handoff from Big Boss.
Very nice. All right, and kicking it in again, relying on Wii Fit training.
Yeah, I think that is still the best course of action.
Sounds good.
And that one is good.
All right, very nice. All right, so that is a 20-6 game. All right, Chicago in a bit of a hole here. They're gonna need to get going.
Need some stops.
They need to make some stops here. This is all right. So this is the last drive of the second quarter here. Let's see what happens for them. It's a 17.
Okay. That is a 14.
Okay. And that's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20. There you go.
Nat 20. That's
Just
it.
make sure I don't roll a 1, and I didn't. So.
All right.
Yeah,
so
all good.
East Chicago Blacksmiths. All right. This time, Wallaby ends up getting a big run that moves the ball down from the 40 of their own side to the opponent's 10-yard line. But Toad's gonna finish off the job. Toad is gonna run it into the end zone, and Toad is just gonna peace sign the camera. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Is the moves up to 12 points, and now we're gonna kick it with Bayonetta. We're gonna have to rely on Bayonetta, even though she can't get enough of herself, but it works this time.
There you go.
She kicks beautifully through the uprights to make it 20-13. That closes out the first half. So still a one-score game for East Chicago, but they are going to need to start stopping the Perth Amboy Privateers, and the Privateers will start things off in the third quarter.
That is a nat 20 on offense.
Oh boy.
Haha.
And just for the sake of prosperity, okay, that's 9. All right. All right. So, what happens here?
Big Boss is in a QB again. The defender for East Chicago, who has the name, if it will load, Empoleon is coming right toward him. But Matt, the me, makes an excellent block, just using that boxing talent to deal with this big penguin. And Big Boss is able to make a pass to Sly Cooper and get that nice touchdown.
Damn right. All right. So then, gonna kick it again.
Yeah, I think so. Our offense isn't that good.
All completely understandable.
The ball handling is the offensive part, isn't. That will be a miss. Wii Fit trainer not having the best kicking day today. Could it cost them in the end?
Intrigue. All right, so that is a 13-point game. So East Chicago here has 3 drives. Needs to not like up against it, but is still 2 scores down here. And we start things off with a 15 on offense for East Chicago.
Okay. That is an 11 on defense.
Okay. So it's advantage. Well, that's an 8.
That's 12. So there is a stop.
All right. What? So East Chicago. Uh, uh, Corin's gonna go back to pass again. Is looking for Sable. Sable. Try it targets Sable, I should say, but before Sable could get the ball, is intercepted by Bowser. And Bowser is booed out of the stadium because how dare he do that to poor Sable.
How dare? How dare? Bowser's such an asshole.
So there you go. 26-13. So now it's really bad. Now you got now East Chicago's got to hope that that Perth Amboy does not score here.
Yep, they gotta stop. Gotta make a stop. That's a -1 on offense.
Okay. Well, that's a 15.
Okay. It's a disadvantage for ball handling. That will be a 12.
And that's a 14, so they make a stop. They do make a stop.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay.
Describe what you're going to do.
Yeah, so Big Boss is back in because Big Boss has been playing pretty well and tries to pass to Octodad, but defender gets in the way.
Yeah, Sakura. Sakura gets
in the way. All right.
And there you go. So that's is still a 2-score game, but East Chicago Blacksmiths has 2 drives.
They need to score on both and prevent Perth Amboy from scoring on their last.
Needs a perfect run here for East Chicago.
Yep.
We've seen it before, I believe, out of East Chicago before.
I think so.
I believe that was the week 2 matchup.
Yeah.
That was not against Perth Amboy. That was against someone else. I forget which one. I remember some sort of comeback that the Chicago Blacksmiths ended up having. They got the job done. So we'll see what happens. It's a 15 to start things off.
That's a 5 for offense.
All right. Oh, that's a nat 1 though, and that's just that ends it. All right. We've not had drama in any of these games for the last 2 weeks.
Hold on. You get advantage.
Well, it's still 3 nat 1s though.
True. So you do get the injury, but you still get the advantage on the roll.
Okay, so that's a 15.
That's a 15 versus my 10. So you will
all
score
right.
on this play. But as a result,
there's an injury.
Yep.
All right. So let's see here. I'll open up the Chicago Blacksmiths picture here on my in my Photoshop. All right. So 1d12 here. That is a 10. And the 10th. So that is Sakura. Sakura goes down.
Jeez.
So what changes about the stats here?
Let's take a look.
So that is -3 on offense. So that boosts the offense up to a 5.
Gotta say, losing one of your best defensive players here when you need to stop, not that great.
Not that great. Yeah, that is a 6 on defense, which moves everything down to a -7. And -3, losing -3 boosts that up to a 2. A +2 for ball handling. Yeah, they got the boosts on offense, but losing a very key defensive member really, really hurts this team moving forward for the drive here. So, file, save as. All right. That should update on the scores there. All right. Yep. But regardless, that is a touchdown. So Sakura is out as an offensive lineman, and is battling out with the Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head. We're not going to go gory here, but Pyramid Head, let's just say, kind of hits her with his big knife, knocks her down, and she is injured. So Sakura needs to be taken to the sidelines, but despite this big play by Pyramid Head, Corin is able to actually make the pass play, and this time Sable does get it done. Sable runs it in on a 10-yard pass into the end zone, and Sable ends up scoring, and very nice. So now let's kick it. No reason to do anything crazy here.
Nah.
Not at the moment, at least.
Not this time.
That is a 21.
Well
Bayonetta successfully kicks it in, and so now it is a one-score game, but now your defense is sitting at a -7, one of the worst defenses in the league. Losing Sakura was a big freaking blow. Let's see if there's a miracle.
Yep. Let's see. It's going to be a 7 for offense.
And that's a 12, so that's disadvantage.
Oh, okay, all right. There's a chance. Sorry, Perth Amboy, and I know I'm playing as you, but I'm actually rooting for East Chicago just because we have underdog situation here. All right, that will be, a 15 for ball handling.
Okay.
Oh, it's got to be a nat 20, and it's not.
And it's not. It's a 7. So East Chicago doesn't get the stop, and Perth Amboy extends its lead. We do still have one more East Chicago offensive drive on hand, but Perth Amboy is going to end up putting this game away. What does Perth Amboy do?
All right, Prince of Cosmos is going to be in and hand the ball off to Kirby. Kirby almost puts it in his mouth, actually, but then remembers, oh wait, I could get fined, and then takes it out, runs through the defenders, and then gets knocked down. And then they actually do in one of those offensive line plays where Undyne gets the touchdown.
Excellent. All right, so then that's 32, going for the kick, I'm assuming, or...
Yes, we are. And that is a nat 20. I don't... hopefully the stadium doesn't get...
No, Joker just has that power. I think we fit
Trainer does.
Yeah,
okay.
just the Joker.
Okay.
we fit Trainer though. It's still a perfect kick, and
yes.
and at the same time, we fit Trainer within that kick gets all the stretches that she needs for the day.
Hell yeah.
So that is 33 to 20. So all East Chicago can hope for is at least to close the gap to make it look close, which ultimately it was. But let's see what happens here. That starts out with a 16.
You have a different offensive score, remember?
Oh, okay. So, well, all right. So then that is a 19.
That is a 19 versus my 10.
Yeah, wouldn't have mattered anyway. But we got a positive ball handling stat here. For once for East Chicago, and that is a 12
versus a 17. Oh, a nat 20 to stop.
Oh, Jesus! All right.
Perth Amboy just continues their dominance.
Yep. So essentially, Leon Kawada is gonna come back out for a play. He's gonna throw almost like a perfect pass. And it seems like it would get to Sly Cooper, or excuse me. It sounds like it would. It seemed like it would get to Pitt, but I said Sly Cooper, so might as well just include him on defense, right? Sly Cooper, playing in the secondary, ends up intercepting the ball, sealing the win for the Perth Amboy Privateers, and that is your final score here, 33 to 20, Perth Amboy. So essentially the name of the day: the winners win and the losers lose. there is no upsets in this in any of these cases, unfortunately. So that's where we're at here with the situation.
Forgot to write down the other final scores. What was Mansfield's?
So Mansfield Anaconda was 28-19.
Okay.
With Mansfield winning.
19.
And then Weatherford Shares at Phoenix City Phoenixes is 41-28.
Okay. Pause. The thing's moving slow. I think we got the other ones.
Yep, 33-20 and 27-15 are the other final scores.
Cool.
All right.
So let me fill these out, and we'll get our new standings.
Our updated standings.
Yep.
But once again, folks, we will be VBBFL. Just keep posted on our Twitter feed. We'll let you know when the next week will be played. Most likely will be the Saturday after Thanksgiving, but we will see, of course, as our schedules work out. We will, of course, be continuing our weekly Virtual Ball Boys podcast episodes every Wednesday, so make sure you tune in for those, where we talk about the NFL mainly, but also try to include some references to the video game world as well. But mainly NFL.
Yes.
All right. So what's the situation? Did you you haven't done the full math yet, correct?
Not yet. I still need to do the overall points scored math for
Okay.
Escondido and Weatherford.
In the meantime, I will also let you guys know we have various podcasts going on that have been pretty strong. Doc of Shame's coming up with a few new episodes soon. We've had a few one-offs for Table Party, one that's already out, one that's going to be coming soon. That'll be coming out for Table Party, as well as the regular Humanity campaign. We also have the Gaming Coop, which will be coming up with a Thanksgiving episode around the week of Thanksgiving. We'll be filming that in the next week or so. And a lot of other projects being worked on behind the scenes. So just keep posted at Team Chaos Pods. All right, what is the standings as of now?
So I'll start out with the East, because that's the least interesting.
Okay.
Perth Amboy in the lead with 4-0.
Okay.
Mansfield right behind, 3-1. East Chicago right behind them, 2-2, and then Phoenix City in the basement at 0-4. And then
good.
in the West, Anaconda's at the bottom, 0-4. Brainerd is in third place, 1-3. And then, thanks to the points scored today, Weatherford actually jumps up into first place over Escondido. They share the same record, but Weatherford has 2 more points scored than Escondido has.
Very tight.
In these end game decisions, when it comes to whether or not we're going to kick or go for extra points, they will matter in the end.
Indeed. So, Weatherford Sheriffs, they have the 2-point lead right now over at Escondido Artisans. Really nicely done overall. By the Weatherford today. They I mean, obviously they got the Phoenix City Phoenixes, but they got the job done in nice big fashion. It looks like we really have our contenders right now. I mean, it looks like it's Perth Amboy and Mansfield in the East, Weatherford and Escondido in the West. I still have faith in the East Chicagos and the Brainards, but right now the more balanced teams and the crazy offensive and crazy bad defensive teams are sitting at the complete bottom here. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting as we continue on here, folks. But with that all being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this little bit of a break into the world of video game football. We hope you all enjoyed, and make sure you let us know. Let us know using the hashtag VBBFL. Let us know, what team are you rooting for? Which players would you? And by the way, if we do end up going with that maybe halfway season plan where we might include new players on some of the teams, who would you like to see join the VBBFL? Let us know using the hashtag VBBFL, and make sure to add us at Virtual Ball Boys. With all that being said, thank you again so much for watching, folks, and we will see you next week or in 2 weeks.
Good night and good ball. Virtual Ball Boys has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at Virtual Ball Boys, and find more of our work at Team Chaos Pods.